That's one small step for man.
Out for the. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Here's What's Going On podcast with me, AJ. We're going to jump right into the ABC's AJ's Book Corner. We're reading The Women's War, Queen of the Unwanted by Jenna Glass. Jalzarin relaxed when he'd finished delivering his progress report to the king and the rest of the royal council. He'd half expected the king to begin demanding unreasonable progress in the effort to reverse the curse, and he'd come prepared with a list of arguments and explanations for why it was too soon to expect results. It was Jalzarin's opinion that the king had been having fewer good days than usual lately, his always erratic temper alarmingly easy to ignite, but the king had accepted his report without demur or complaint, and his demeanor seemed gratifyingly cheerful for once, until it was the marshal's turn to report. The marshal was the most junior member of the royal council and one of the lowest ranking. He was responsible for all law enforcement throughout Kalfar, and even before he began speaking, he seemed ill at ease, which did not bode well for his report, though Jalzarin still hoped the king's good humor would hold up to some unpleasant news. We have reason to believe that the mother of all HWGO has been active in Caldwell as of late, the marshal said. It was all Jalzarin could do not to wince, and the Lord High Priest himself should have been the most scandalized of all the council members to learn that this HWGO had cropped up yet again. But though he found it distasteful, in his heart of hearts he did not see how it mattered if a few misguided people got together and made up silly stories about the relationship between the Creator and the Mother. Certainly mankind gave the Creator more serious and troubling reasons to be peevish with them. Of course, the Lord High Priest could not afford to express any such sentiments, so he forced himself to scowl. King Calvin's eyes narrowed and his lips thinned, his scowl entirely unforced as he fixed the marshal with a steely stare. Jalzarin doubted there was a man in the room who did not instantly see that the king's mood had plummeted with the mention of the cult that he seemed to regard as a personal affront. What reason might that be, the king asked, each word articulated carefully. The marshal swallowed and shifted in his seat, and Jalzarin was glad not to be on the receiving end of that fearsome stare. The watch found an old woman plastering tracks on doorways late at night, disgusting filth that has no place anywhere in our fair city. Yeah, so far, I'm just getting into the second book. Women's War was the first book, so now I'm on the second book. But it's going pretty well so far. Like, so much has happened, like, in Women's War, so it's really good. But yeah, let's jump right into today's episode. We're discussing AJ's 3 things this spring, my 3 things this spring, and how important it is to experience new things. First things first, the top 3 things I'm focused on in this spring is reading, staying hydrated, and getting outdoors more. Now, these are things I normally do, so how about let's talk about some things I don't normally do. Or how about, like, trying new things? In the article Personal Perspective, The Benefits of Being More Open by Stephen Joseph, PhD, we discuss how having an openness to experience and try new things is not only scary, but important to grow. I was talking to a friend about how people don't want to be uncomfortable anymore, and how, like, I feel that growth oftentimes comes from having to be uncomfortable, and that the refusal to be uncomfortable can lead to lack of changing. And also the fact of, like, I don't know how I feel about the people that say, like, well, I'm going to be me everywhere I am. It's like, that's cool, but there's consequences to that too, right? Like, there's, like, if you, like, extreme, let's say, I think I used the analogy, like, let's say you're a nudist and you decide to go out in public and be nude. It's against the law. Public indecency and public nudity is against the law. So now you have the consequence of getting arrested and having to pay for a ticket. It is what it is. It's a consequence of that. But you're still being yourself, right? Sure. But you're making other people uncomfortable. So I feel like sometimes when we lean so hard, like, into not wanting to be uncomfortable or wanting to be comfortable, even in public places that we share with others, we're inconveniencing other people, and it can come off as being very selfish too. So yeah, there's that. But we're all aware, like, trying new things is scary and uncomfortable, and it can cause fear, of course, but the skills we gain in trying new things is also beneficial. We learn so much, I feel like, about ourselves in those new experiences. And, this article really discusses that. It's rather short, but it's very informational and very encouraging. And of course, I'll include it in the show notes. I'm happy and grateful for being able to get outside and enjoy this beautiful weather. There's a lot of festivals going on right now. A lot more people are outdoors in the woods and hiking and such. And I think, it's really helpful, especially for me, because y'all know I love being outside. The quote, "I forgave, but I'm not sitting at that table again." Forgiveness doesn't require returning to what harmed you. You can release the offense and still choose wisdom. God honors a heart that forgives and protects its peace. Setting boundaries is not bitterness, it's obedience. Do not be deceived. Bad company corrupts good character. 1 Corinthians 15:33. You're allowed to forgive, heal, and walk forward without taking that seat again. I think that's really honest. And I'm not a big, huge religious or spiritual person, but there's truth within that I forgive you, but I'll never talk to you again. And there's a lot of people that I've done that with. It's I forgive you, but I just can't ever be around you again or be in your presence again. We can't ever be cool like we were before, and we don't need to have any relationship at all. And I just think that's just how it has to be. It's not a thing of I hate you or any ill animosity. It's just yeah, no, I'll never talk to you again. We're done. It's a we're done situation. But before I go, be sure to check out the show notes. Also, check out my books on Amazon titled Poems to Cry To in the Dark and Love Letters Never Sent to Myself. Leave a 5-star rating. Other than that, I don't have anything else. I'm glad you're still here, and I hope you have the day you deserve. Bye!
One giant leap
For me!